Day 2. Still no remote. So, bear with me. At least you get to see me. You know, when I did my first entry into videos, it was my school's television station, The Wave. So it's kind of like I get to like improvise a little bit. So, yeah, I'm going back to my roots. Speaking of roots, no, you can't see it. I got fairy hair, which is like these glitter tinsel stuff that they put in your hair. I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's barely any of it in there, so I bought some more of, where did I buy it? Amazon, and I'm gonna add it. So that's an update of the week. Now, also, this week's just been a whirlwind. So today's September 1st. This week's been a whirlwind. Yeah, I still have a full-time job and in outside sales, so I do have a lot of flexibility. I don't go to the office every day, but it's like my focus is on my company. I really need to hold true to my obligations, and it's just kind of making it work. You know, it's the best of a situation. I'm really grateful for my job. It's ultimately funding my endeavor, so I just need to keep that in mind anytime I start to question that. So that's important. That's kind of my week in review. Was just, I think that I was really struggling to find the balance between where I'm at now and where I want to be. I think that's a really important lesson that I need to keep in mind. You know, trust the process. Like, don't be like, once I get to this point, I can feel a certain way. It's more, I'm here now, so enjoy it. I mean, it's a really exciting time to be starting a company. So I just need to keep that in mind and not be so focused on what happens next, like the next phase of my life, the next chapter. Like, I want that now, which I do, but I really need to appreciate where I'm at, because that's how you bring more of what you want into your life, is you appreciate it. So media consumption. So I have listened to The School of Greatness by Lewis Howes for quite some time. He had an incredible interview with somebody named Kyle Cease. I guess he used to be a comedian. And the topic of it was how to attract wealth and believe in yourself with Kyle Cease. So naturally this had me written all over it. I was like, I listened to it twice. It was so good. And then I bought Kyle Cease's book. It's called The Illusion of Money, which unlocked this documentary that I got access to. And it was so good. I watched that. I want to watch that again. So definitely recommend checking that out. School of Greatness is a really good podcast in general if you don't listen to it. So I would say that was my favorite of the week. Maybe I'll pick one thing from each category and kind of highlight that. I don't know. We adapt as we go on. Action brings clarity. So we'll see. I also wrote this all up, so maybe I'll just do this as a blog post. I don't really know. We'll see. So movies, The Illusion of Money. I watched that documentary. It just kind of talks about how a lot of people have really outdated or incorrect beliefs surrounding money. And one of the most interesting things that they say in the video, and I really agree with, people treat their time as if it's unlimited and their money as if it's limited, whereas it's actually the inverse. Like, you can always earn more money. Money is an unlimited resource, and time is a constraint, and it is limited. So it's just kind of like going against the mentality of maybe what we've been taught growing up, at least like my generation as a millennial. I can say that's pretty true. So I don't know. I thought it was really good. TV shows. Oh my gosh, I love the show Jane the Virgin. I'm just obsessed with it, and I watched season 5. I completely binged on it, so that was a guilty pleasure that I had. Speaking of guilty pleasures, the book I read was also a guilty pleasure. It was called The Secret, and no, it's not like the law of attraction secret. That's like why I originally picked it up. It's about this woman who has a near-death experience in like Lost Peak, Montana, and moves to this, and my mom called it mind candy, which is kind of like a little indulgence, and that's totally what it was. I feel like with starting my company, my mind is just constantly going, and so I just kind of needed a little bit of a release that wasn't like a book that was educational. Like, I needed something that was just like easy to read, and I feel like I've been enjoying books a little bit more than I've been enjoying TV. Like, TV, I just feel now that Jane the Virgin's no longer on, I don't know. I'm in between shows, I suppose. Next piece of mind candy, Luckiest Girl Alive. It's about a 28-year-old girl. She's like engaged, has this super cool job, and super hot fiance, I guess. And it's like her life looks perfect from the outside, but like there's a looming secret. I don't know what it is yet. I'm like 26 pages in, so that's like 3 real pages. So I don't know. Still a lot to uncover, a lot to learn. Music. I've been obsessed with Taylor Swift's new album, Lover. My sister and I, we first listened to it, we were like, oh my god, we don't like this. And then I literally said that we owe Taylor Swift a formal apology because I love her album. It's so good. My favorite song is Cruel Summer, and the other two that I really like are Death by a Thousand Cuts and Miss Americana and The Heartbreak Prince. So recommend checking those out. Networking and events. I had a lot this week. I kind of resented it because it was time that I couldn't be working out, which is crazy that I'm now like at a point where I'm like, my body's obsessed with working out. Like, I love going to the gym. I love going to CrossFit. So, I mean, that's progression that I've gotten to that point, but it makes me really frustrated when it's like I can't go. It's kind of interesting. Like, I went to networking events instead because my company's ultimately my number one focus right now. I need to make myself the number one focus. It's kind of both. Combination between like personal development and like physical development. So the networking events I went to, there was a panel hosted by the Charlotte Business Group that I thought was really good. I don't really remember if there was a specific takeaway that I got, so I guess that means that there wasn't. The next day, on Wednesday, I went to a workshop that my business coach was hosting and just kind of narrowed down. I came up with a new slogan for Allison Ziggy. So used to be make every day in a party in the USA, and he was like, that's building Miley Cyrus's brand, not yours. You need to come up with your own. So in conjunction with my mental health initiative, I came up with Call Me Crazy with a capital AZ. And so the whole marketing campaign is going to be words that have AZ in them and capitalized. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with. It just feels right to me, but we'll see. Obviously, like, everything's a work in progress. I've learned that. You're never done developing. So things can change at any moment. You never know. Product spotlight next. Okay, so I am obsessed with these sticker books from Hobby Lobby, and they're like for your planner. This one's really good because it has, well, you like can't see this at all when I show you. It has, I love ones that are like specific to the different time of year. So one's like spring, one's, my dad just walked in. I like hate filming when he's home because I'm like, go away, don't listen to me, but we gotta roll with the punches. Just like little icons for your planner. I'm currently working to get my own stickers produced, manufactured, distributed, get my logo on them and everything. So I'm in talks with a few vendors. So I'm just kind of trying to identify like different icons and stuff that I like and want to be included. So more on that to come, and I'll include the links to these so that you can buy them yourself. They're from Hobby Lobby, which is a store I never knew existed, but totally should have because I love it. It's like a craft mecca. These other pens that I really like, they're like on the floor. Gel Roller EFX by ProMark. They're really vibrant and really beautiful. You know I love a good pink pen. So, and I got this notebook from Hobby Lobby. This is another, look at that. Trippy, right? Okay, I'm done, I promise. I'm writing my name down so that you can see the color. Anytime I write Allison Ziggy down, I always do it in hot pink ink. Oh, you can't even. It's like backwards, like, cool, Allison, thanks for showing us that. Anyway, those are the products I wanted to highlight. Key challenge / lesson. Patience was definitely challenged this week. My mom came to visit me on Thursday. I picked her up from the airport, and it took me 3 hours to get home. Maybe like 2, but the air conditioning wasn't working. It was 100 degrees outside. It was horrible. My cat just meowed. I was like rushing around. I had to go to CrossFit. We get out of the car. My mom like collapses and throws up on the doormat. I had to step over her to go to CrossFit. It was a challenge. And then the next day, I took my car and to get the air conditioning fixed. We were there for 4 hours, which was awful. And then it was just awful. And then it was like, if I tried to go home and rush to go to CrossFit, it would have been yet another like going against the grain, going against the traffic. And I'm like, I don't want to get myself in the same situation twice where I'm just running around and have no time to myself. So we went and we got dinner, and it just turned out to be really nice. Nico's joining me. Cameo appearance. Here he is. He's silver. He hates being picked up. Okay. So yeah. Snow leopard is one of the colors of, well, I guess snow leopard's not a color. Yes, it is. Snow leopard's one of the patterns, colors for Allison Ziggy. So when I get my site updated and like professionally done, you'll see some snow leopard patterns on there. But yeah, patience was really something that I was needing to learn. And again, it kind of goes to what I was talking about earlier about just like enjoying where I'm currently at as opposed to like, I want to be here now. Like, just understanding that. So, upcoming, one of my best friends is coming to visit me from Chicago. So I'm really excited. Met her in the psych ward. So crazies are banding together, if you will. She's just like a genius, and she works with startups, and I'm really excited for everything that we're going to create together. She really has been a huge supporter of Allison Ziggy from the start, and like the start. So it's just really great to kind of be able to take the people you love with you in this next phase of life. So yeah, we're going to Myrtle Beach if Hurricane Dorian doesn't ruin everything, which it's looking like she might. So we'll see. But yeah, I have a really short week, only 3 work days. So I have a ton of meetings, a ton of people are trying to meet with me, which is really great. It's just I'm going to start having to be a little bit more choosy with what I say yes to. I need to make sure if it's not benefiting Allison Ziggy, it's benefiting my day job. And if it's not benefiting either, I just need to not do it, just because I really don't have the time that I used to. Or I'm choosing myself first. And that's how I want to spend my time. So that's our weekend review. Thank you for tuning in. I know this was long, but I'm going to have the write-up, so if you don't feel like watching me talk about it the whole time, you can. Hi, Miko. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I don't have a video, so this is like my send-off. It's like